Let me try this on Facebook here. Whole time I don't got nothing. Let me see. Trying to use that app. That app need to give me my money back because they definitely took my $34 out of my account. Absolutely did. Don't worry, y'all. I know where I left off. Okay. Let me just try to set this. What's up, Facebook? Oh, y'all see the belt trying to pop off. Let me, because I told y'all, look, I caught it. Somebody over here on TikTok probably was waiting for this belt to pop off, wasn't you? Because I said this belt might pop off. Somebody probably was waiting. Okay, Facebook and YouTube. Unfortunately, y'all have missed like half the show, okay? It was on silent. I don't know how it was on silent. I don't know why that was happening. I don't know I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know how that was happening, but here we are. Here we are. Maybe. Okay, wait. I know what I'm going to do. Hold on, y'all. Where's that? Oh, I'm coming, TikTok. Coming, YouTube. Don't leave me. Okay. Yeah, that just happened. Okay, we'll just try this another way. I wish I had some music for y'all. I wish I had some music that could have been like do 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 do. You know how you be waiting, and then it be playing that music. Okay, I wish I had that for y'all, but I don't. Okay, let me just figure out where to put this, so I can put Facebook, cause I really put Facebook over here. Somewhere. Okay. Maybe. Let's go on here. Dang. Y'all about to be hitting my boobs. Just 5 little seconds. Okay, so let me finish telling y'all. Let me tell y'all the story. Well, YouTube, let me tell y'all. Tonight's show is, because y'all done missed the whole damn thing. But tonight's show is about how bad do you want it? And so I'm doing a story time tonight to talk about relationships and how when you want a relationship, is that shaking y'all? Oh, that's dope. Okay, period. Yo, this little thing is okay. Let me tell you that was a good investment. That was a good investment. This little nice piece of thing I got over here, good investment. Let me take a picture of this, cause I be saying like, being the lights, the camera, and being the lights, the camera, and the action, it is not easy. How do I just do that? I gotta work everything. Okay. Let me just make sure we back. Let me make sure we back. Facebook, and YouTube. Y'all missed a whole good conversation. I promise y'all. That was so good. TikTok, y'all still here with me? Okay. Y'all still here with me. My bad, TikTok. My bad. Like, seriously. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are doing late night chats with Beyonka. And okay, we're doing late night chats with Beyonka, and we talking about how bad do you want it. So, you know, in relationships, oh my God, one more. Mommy, you in here with me? Thank you. You know, in relationships, you single, you know, you be really wanting a relationship. And let me just plug real quick for everybody who has not seen Bianca's Playhouse promotions coming down your timeline. I know you probably have, but just in case you haven't, Bianca's Playhouse, Bianca Studios is doing blind dating, love connection for couples that are already together, Black Baltimore for influential couples who are doing amazing things, and um, the Bianca Balloon Pop. Those are three things that you can go to Bianca Studios, get the link, fill out the registration, apply for it. So if you're single, you don't gotta be single. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to not be single? How bad do you want you a boo? How are you ready to get into a relationship? That is what tonight's late night chats with Bianca's conversation is about. It's about the sacrifices that you have to make in order to have a healthy relationship, in order to have a relationship, in order to get whatever it is you're trying to obtain when it comes to marriage, dating, relationship. You gotta ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Like, what are you willing to do for it? Are you willing to do the work on you? Are you willing to do the healing on you? If you've been in a relationship prior to this, if you've been in a relationship period and now you're single, guess what that means? Guess what that means? That means you need to do some healing. Because whether the relationship ended because he cheated or she cheated, you cheated, we cheated, it simply means there's something that has happened that has caused that relationship to end and your feelings was hurt. You know you had a lump in your throat. Have you done the work to heal the lump that was in? Have you done what you need to do to be a version of yourself for the next person, for the new person, for the person that you want to be with? If you're like me, maybe you haven't. I had 7 relationships in my life, and 2 of those were marriages, and they didn't work out. So I've been talking about, if you wondered why I was silent, you couldn't hear earlier, I was talking about giving y'all a story time about my life. Now, I'm not going to do this to TikTok and go all the way back to what I was talking about, so I'm just going to catch y'all up. I was married twice. First marriage at 14, second marriage at 21. First marriage, I was 14. Clearly, it did not work out because I was 14. Okay? And I did not want to get married. Second marriage, I was 21, married my best friend, thought it was going to be absolutely amazing. Absolutely not. Okay? And I decided at 27, okay, it's time for me to move on. The 3 reasons, that's what I was about to give y'all, the 3 reasons why I decided it was time to move on. One, the first reason was because I was absolutely positively tired. I was absolutely tired of going through all of the things that I was through with that person. It was overwhelming. It was emotionally draining. It was spiritually reckoning. Like, in Islam, you're not supposed to get a divorce. I'm not sure any other religions, but I know in Islam, you're not supposed to get a divorce. And when I would go to the imam, you know, and the imam is the priest for those who don't know that. When I would go to them and be like, you know, I'm tired, I want to get a divorce, they would always tell me, you know, give your husband a chance, like, you know, give it time. Allah frowns upon divorce. He smiles upon marriages. Like, and those are the things that reasons that made me stay until finally I just enough. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that no more. Like, no, something got to give. Like, something got to go. I cannot stay married and stay unhappy. And so I decided I'm gonna go ahead and tell him, listen, it's not gonna work out. Gotta go. Gotta go. The second reason is because I was at work one day. This is my confessions moment. Let me see how many people watching this live in this moment, because this is a confessions moment. Okay, not that many. Good. Okay, so I was at one day, and I had met a guy on my job. Well, I met a lot of people, but this particular guy I met on my job. The first day I saw him, it was like our eyes connected, and I got them butterflies that you know you get when you like young and you see somebody that you like, and it's like, wait a minute. And let me tell you something. Anybody that ever watches this that knows my second husband, Dang, I said 2. That was crazy. But anybody that's watching this that knows my second husband, that was my best friend, knows that I used to tell people he's my heir. Okay? I used to hold him up on a pedestal. People used to be so irritated with me, like, girl, he's just a man. Oh, here go this bell. I'm telling y'all, if it pop off, don't try to screen record and talk about me. Invite me to the gym. But so I used to, like, he was just everything to me. And I was just like, okay, hold on. He was just everything. I used to be like, he's up on a pedestal. Be like, oh, don't mess with him. Whether you a girl or guy, don't mess with him because I held him up here, okay? The 7 years that we were together, this man did all kind of things to me. Another thing that y'all miss, Facebook and YouTube, is I have a book coming, Married at 14. I have a book coming, Married to My Best Friend. Those 2 books go over what I went through in my marriages, is like in chapters. And so, why is this not working? Just keep wanting to cut off, and then it's going to cut my light off, okay? But, so, the ground he walked on, I just was in awe of. In the 7 years that we were together, no matter what he did, I gave excuses, honestly, okay? And I was like, okay, he can get better. He'll be better. He'll do better. I can make him better. I can make him a better man. I can make him a good man. I can make him a good father. I just kept thinking I could make him, but who the fuck did I think I was Betty Crocker about the cooking nigga? Like, who did I think? Oh, wait, can I cuss on TikTok? I forgot. I don't know who I thought I was, okay? A lot of times, women and men, this is a mistake we make, okay? How bad do we want it? We don't want it so bad that we think that we can do something to change a person. A person is who they are. We have to accept them for who they are. Now, yes, we could be a part of, thank you for the love on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We could be a part of the ingredient recipe. We can be the ingredients to the recipe of a better person. You know, we can be the ingredients to the recipe of helping them to be a better version of themselves, but we can't change them and make who we want them to be. One thing I did, y'all, in my second marriage was, so clearly, this is my studio. I'm a businesswoman. I love business. Like, I love business, everything that goes into it. I love everything about entrepreneurship. And it's like my second passion, honestly. So, my second husband, he didn't have a job. When we got married, and I ain't gonna tell y'all too much, but when we got married, he quit his job the day after our wedding. Literally quit his job. And did not get another one until like 2 months before we got divorced. So yes, that's 7 years of no job. 7 years of no money. 7 years of running my pockets. Yes. But anyway, so, but in that 7 years, like, because I just had all of these dreams and aspirations for him, I was like, you know what? What you want to do? What you really want to do? He was like, oh, you know, I really want to sell cars. Okay, how to do this? Like, let's build this. Let's immediately. I ordered him a black briefcase, got the information for the car place, where you get, you know, you can buy cars or whatever, flip them. Got him a suit, got business cards made with his name on it. Got him a, y'all remember back in the day when they had what's it, Nokias? Was it Nokia? Or Motorola? It was the one that used to be like, where you at? Or hello? Or something. It used to say something when people used to call. Went and got him one of those. And I just knew, like, this would be what pumped him up, okay? Because he came to my house in a gray stable suit. That was all he owned. But I just built him up like, boy, we about to go do this. Let's go. Let me tell you something. That suit, that phone, that briefcase, those business cards, but not the phone. He used the phone. Not for work, but he did use the phone. He decided to use the phone, try to be a fake drug dealer. Okay? But that's what he tried to do. So I only share that piece of a story because I really believed that he would be a businessman. Like, he would jump into business. I'm doing business. You feel me? One of the things he likes to tell people about me is like, oh, we had a daycare center. I owned the daycare center. Yes, he definitely watched the kids in the daycare. I'm gonna lie, he was an employee, but he did not build it. You know what I'm saying? The business behind it, he didn't understand. But I try to teach it to him. So I'm only telling y'all that because all of that money that and time that I put into trying to make him a businessman, trying to make him an entrepreneur, trying to make him be what I thought I saw him as, because I really saw him. Anybody ex-husband know he was slicker than hair grease, okay? Slicker than hair grease. So he used to have this walk. Like, he was the baddest thing. You know me? You know how Malcolm X walked on the Malcolm X movie when him and Shorty walking down the street and they were swinging their arm? I swear to God, anybody that know my ex-husband know. He used to walk like that. He used to literally walk like that. And I used to be like, okay, you feel me? So I used to picture him in the suit, brought him like, wear these suits, like, put the shoes on. Go out here and pass out your business cards, okay? You want to go to Crazy and get some? I mean, to the junkyard and get some cars and flip them and sell them. Let's flip them. Let's sell them. Let's do this. But what we don't want to do is sit at home all day. But see, when I brought the suit and the shoes and the business card and the briefcase and all that, I also got him an Xbox. That's where I went wrong. That's where I went wrong. When I got that Xbox, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Don't do things like that. Sometimes we are the problem. We become a part of the problem. We are enablers as opposed to being to lift them up, to build them up. Like we thinking we building, like we built. Like we be thinking we are building here. We be a part of the problem. So that put on your list. This is what I should not do. Okay? No, you can be like, if you get with somebody and they be like, no, I work at McDonald's and I love working at McDonald's. Okay. If you okay with them loving working at McDonald's, okay. McDonald's got some careers, manager positions, where they make a lot of money. You feel me? But don't think that you can change their mind and make them want something else. Don't think that you can tell them that Wendy's pay more and that they care to go over to Wendy's because you know Wendy's pay more, or that they can build a franchise and buy them a Checkers and become the owner of McDonald's, or get one of those Chick-fil-A's and become the owner of Chick-fil-A. You can't be mad when they be like, no, I'm going to stay here at McDonald's and manager. That's what I'm going to do, because that is who they are. You feel me? So you got to accept people for who they are. And you got to be okay with that if you're going to stay with them, if you're going to be with them. Because if that's not what you want, then you got to be the one to move. You got to be the one to leave. So I left my second husband because of that. The first one was because he never did anything. Okay, it was enough. Enough was enough. And I was tired. The second one was because I saw that man. Oh, that was what, I be going left. Okay, I saw that man. When that man made me feel away, I knew, yeah, because I loved my ex-husband so much and had him up on this pedestal, when I saw somebody else, then I knew it was over. Because I didn't see anybody else. Like, when I'm married, I'm loyal. When I'm in a relationship, I'm loyal. Like, you have me, you have me. Like, right now, all I see is my wife. Since the day my wife walked into my life, since the day well, no, because she walked into my life in 2015. She didn't see me. I saw her, and I had to just wait around. But anyway, when we actually, like, connected and we actually started talking, from that day forward, that's all I saw. That's all I see. That's all I see. All I see is her. All I want is her. All I desire is her. And I pray that God allows that to never, ever change. But when it changed in my second marriage, that's when I knew it was time for me to go. Like, not because I wanted this man, or I thought this was the man for me, or I want to be with him. No. But because I knew the marriage was over. And I did have some feelings that was brewing in my stomach, like butterflies, like a little girl saying, like, oh, I got a crush. Like, how do I got a crush? I never even spoke to I had a conversation with the man. Didn't even speak to the man. Like, what in the world? How am I crushing on somebody I don't even know? So either way, I need to go home and I need to tell my husband it's over. Strike three, securing my safety. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, or you with somebody and you don't feel safe, it's important for you to do everything that you can to be safe, because being safe is extremely important. And strike three for me was my safety. My ex-husband used to be silent all the time. when he got upset, when he was mad, he would give me silent treatment. And the silent treatment, it didn't really bother me, honestly, in the beginning, but towards the end, because we were having problems in our marriage and we weren't doing a fussing about them, we would just, oh, I got this problem, okay, sweep it on the rug. But you making dinner tonight, or am I making dinner? Like, we really lived like that. But I had models back then, and I used to do fashion shows. And one night, one of the models had to stay the night at my house because it was late once we finished, and she didn't have a way home, and I was tired. So she stayed the night at my house. The next morning, I got up, and I knew I was going to work, and I was going to take her home, and she wasn't hit. She wasn't there. And I'm like, damn, where we go? So I call her, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, you had a ride? Like, you left in the middle of the night? It was like, Miss Beyonka, can I be honest with you? And I'm like, yeah. Like, what happened? She was like, I had came upstairs to your room, and your door cracked, and your the time my husband, she's like, your husband was sitting in a chair beside your bed staring at you. And she was like, I could see the glare of the TV in his glasses, but he was just staring, like he wanted to kill you or something. And I'm like, so you left me? So you left? You didn't wake me up? You didn't knock on the door to break the... She was like, I was terrified. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, she was like, oh, I think this is my daughter. Let me just invite her up. Let me see. Okay. So, yeah, she was like, no, I was scared. Like, I was scared. And I couldn't even be mad. She was young. So, that was strike 3 for me. I'm not about to be scared in the house. And I know I can fight, okay? I can say, listen, I can hold my own. I was raised by a man and a woman who threw down, okay? So I could fight. That's not something that scares me, but I absolutely had no idea that he was watching me in my sleep. I had no idea, because when I woke up, when I went to sleep, he wasn't in the bed, but I just figured eventually, you get in the bed, go to sleep. But when I woke up, he wasn't in the bed either. He was just downstairs with the kids. I didn't think nothing of it. So when I called her and she told me this, I was like, thank you for the heart, y'all. Thank y'all for the stars. Thank you for everything that y'all are giving me here on TikTok. Thank y'all. But, yeah, when she told me that, I'm just like, oh, my God. Like, okay, I had to fix that. It terrified me. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to end it. So that's the reasons why I ended that marriage. And I wanted my safety bad enough. I wanted my children's happiness and stability bad enough. Like, when I say how bad it don't always mean like how bad do you want that relationship. Like, how bad do you want safety, happiness, peace? I knew I needed to let that go. And honestly, I never healed from the prior relationship. I had never healed from my prior marriage. I had never allowed myself to heal from what I did to myself, because when I was living on the bricks and I was out this joint wilding, and I was out here acting crazy, living a crazy life, I really needed some healing from that, because that was a version of me that I didn't know. And it came all just like so fast. So that second marriage, horrible. Okay. After that, I ended up in a relationship with another young man who absolutely positively was a fun time. A fun time that turned into love. Lust that turned into love. And lust is a sin for a reason. I always say like that relationship was bad because it started off of lust. It lived upon lust. That lust eventually turned into love, but it was never a healthy relationship. It was never a relationship I could thrive in. I don't know what it is about me, but when we got into a serious relationship, because we was having fun, but when it became serious, as soon as it became serious, the nigga quit his job. Nigga quit his job. This man had a job. This man had a nice car. This man had going for himself. But when we got together and we got into we get in the mix, like literally, I'm gonna say like 3 months in, he quit his job. Well, he got fired. He didn't quit his job. He got fired from his job, and then he got in the lost his car. So I'm being funny, like, yeah, he didn't lose, but either way, he wasn't working to get nothing else, okay? And he was chilling, enjoying life with me and my kids, and that was enough, okay? So that relationship ended. Once again, I stayed in that relationship for a long time because I wanted to fill the void that I felt. You feel me? I wanted to feel wanted. I wanted to feel needed. Um, I wanted to feel close to somebody. You know, one of the things I had to go through in my healing journey was being okay with being by myself. Because as early as I can remember as a child, I'm the only girl with two brothers. Um, we moved up here to Maryland away from my family. So, uh, we moved up here to Maryland away from all of our family. So we're the only. My immediate family is my only family here in Maryland, in Baltimore. And so, I didn't have sisters, I didn't have cousins, I didn't have friends. It was me, you know. And so, as early as I can remember, I wanted a friend. I wanted somebody to notice me. I wanted somebody to be like, oh, I don't know why, but I guess because my brothers were boys and a lot, like, they always got noticed. But me, I was always just like pushed to the side, I felt. And my mom was my best friend. She was my only friend. But I knew she was my mom. So it was like I always wanted and longed for a connection, you know? And so because I never had that, I realized later on in life that searching and longing for that connection throughout life. And that was what was taking me down dark alleys. And that is what was taking me and heading me right into brick walls. Oh, my baby Yanni on here. She said, down, I have her. And she's not lying. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you, seeing. I'm not even going to feed that too much because it's going to make me cry on this live. But I'm grateful. One of the reasons I had so many daughters, like, well, I knew I would have a lot of kids. That was just a given. I was like, when I get older, I'm going to have a whole lot of kids, and I ain't going to never be by myself, and my kids going to love me, going to never leave me. Whoo, Lord, let me tell you something. When my first one moved out and got her own place, I was devastated. I mean, it was a lot more reasons to why I was devastated, but just realized, oh my gosh, she's leaving too, devastated me. But, yeah, so I know that I was longing for that, and that put me in relationships and in places and rooms and spaces where I was vulnerable and I was allowing things to happen to me, and I was allowing people to be with me and be in relationships with me that did not suit me, that was not good for me, that was not healthy for me. So that ended, and then like it was just relationship after relationship after that was toxic, that was bad. Like I could not have a healthy relationship because I never ever really did the work on myself. I had a suicide attempt in 2004, and that suicide attempt, like it changed me, but it didn't change me enough for it to say, okay, now it's time for me to get help. Like anybody knows, like, you know, and let me just say, if you ever feel suicidal, tell me, get help, go speak to somebody. Even if you think don't nobody want to talk to you, call me. My number is in everything. And you can go on the Voice of Children Suffering in Silence, Rebuilding the Village. Those are my organizations. You can go to Just Mommy and Me, Just Daddy. You can go to my Facebook. You can go to anything, and my number is listed on it. You can go to my puppy obsessions, and it's listed. If ever you feel suicidal, or you feel like you just don't want to live anymore, or you feel like it's too much, life is life and too much, and you just can't grasp it, and you can't get through it, and you can't get past that feeling, call me, reach out to me. I promise you, I don't have to know you to help you. I don't have to know you to love you through. I don't have to know you to pray you through, okay? And I just want to put that out there before I continue the story, because I remember when I did try to commit suicide, I felt like that. I felt I had nobody. I felt like nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to hear me. Nobody's going to want to hear what I'm going through. Nobody's going to want to help me. Nobody's going to want to reach out. Like, and I allowed that to be my truth, and it became my truth, when honestly, I love you. I love you. That became my truth, but it really wasn't true. You know, when I woke up in that hospital and I saw my family standing there, you know, concerned and devastated, you know, I was like, oh my God, like, first of all, I was like, I'm still here. Like, what in the world? I couldn't believe it. You know, thank you for those stars. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. Let me see. Yes, the two. Okay, thank you. Thank you for those. Thank you for the stars. And thank you for those roses. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. But yeah, so it was just relationship after relationship that just was not healed. Like I did not take the time to heal. And I talked about that suicide situation because that was my first time going to real therapy. Because if you ever had emotional issues that landed you in a hospital, you know they don't release you unless you sign the paperwork saying that you're going to do therapy. And so I did therapy, but I never really did therapy. I went there and I sat there, and I think I had the same concept that a lot of people have, like, why am I tell this lady who don't know me anything about me? Why am I going to give this lady me? Why am I going to have a conversation with her and really tell her? I'm just going to tell her whatever she want to hear, what I think she want to hear, and I'm going to get up out of here because I got shit to do, okay? As a mom, I had 5 kids at that time, so anyway, I didn't take advantage of the therapy in a way that I should have in order for me to truly have a therapeutic session and for me to truly be able to start the healing process that was from so far ago. So I went to those relationships and it was heartbreaking. Each relationship ended heartbreakingly. Each relationship had the same dynamic, the same makeup. Everybody ever been in a relationship, this is something you should do. If you've been in multiple relationships, been with multiple people, and the relationships did not work, and the relationships are not working out, this is something that you should do. This is something that I did without therapy. Just being therapeutic to myself, I decided one day, thank you for those hearts and stars. I took a piece of paper and I wrote down all of the characteristics of my mates, of everybody I had been in a relationship with. Because by this time, I'm like, girl, you've been in 7 relationships? Like, what in the world? I think I was 33 at this time. I'm like, you've been in 7 relationships. You have, at the time I had 10 children. I had 13 children. 9 of them I biologically gave birth to, but I had adopted the rest. I had all these kids in my house. I'm working as an advocate and a counselor for kids in group homes and foster care. I have my own homes, my cars. I have a transitional housing for homeless women and children. Like, by God's grace and His mercy, I was blessed. So why am I able to have a healthy relationship? I got all of this, but I ain't got no healthy relationship. What is wrong with me? So maybe it's not, maybe, and we always be like, oh, it's them, it's not us. Because it got to be them. It can't be me. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, let me write down, the characteristics of the people that I've been with. Let me write down what went wrong. Let me really put it on paper and not only see it, read it, and receive it. Sometimes you really got to be able to do that. Write something down so that you can read it and receive it. You can type it, that's cool. But I promise you, you got to take it back to the old days. Get a pencil and a pad. Write it down so that you can read it and receive it. Once you read it, you really will receive it differently than if you had typed it, or if he told you, or if you just sat and talked to a homegirl about it, or your mom about it, or your sister about it, or whatever. Write it down. So I wrote it down, and what I realized, all seven relationships, each person did not have a good relationship with their mom, or their mom had passed away, did not have a relationship with their father at all. Each of them lived in, each of them, like, I can go on and on, but it was the same exact makeup. It was like I literally relationships with the same person over and over and over. Another characteristic, each of them stalked me. When I say stalked, I mean stalked. Each of them pursued me, and I used to be like, absolutely not. Like, I don't know why I was famous for that, but each of them pursued me. Each of them did their best to prove to me that they deserved to be with me, which made me, oh my God, like, y'all, don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. It's about somebody else. Just invite me to the gym. Invite me to the gym. Y'all ain't even catch that. But anyway, but each of them had the same exact makeup. So I'm like, okay, you gotta, like, baby, how bad do you want a healthy relationship? I want a healthy relationship so bad. The next time I go on a date with somebody, I'm going to be asking them, how is your relationship with your mom? Do you have your father in your life? Like, tell me, like, I'm going to be actually having conversations with them that allow me to really know them, that allows me to dissect them, receive them for who they are, that I can really say like, okay, is this gonna be good or is this not? Like, is this what I want to do or is it not? As opposed to being wooed away just because you done stalked me Facebook, Instagram, and now you all of a sudden. I remember one time one of my exes it tried to talk to me at one of my functions. So I used to do parties, and I was doing a party at this club. And when I walked in, he was the person to take like tickets and stuff. And when I walked in, he was like, "Damn!" Like I had all my girls that used to work for me with me, and we walk in the club or whatever. He was like, "You know, you should let me take you out." He had a mouth full of grills and Bone Thugs and Harmony hair, and he was like, "Yeah, you should let me take you out." And I was like, absolutely not. Hold on, let me just take y'all off real quick so I can see. I needed to be here for this conversation. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here for this conversation. But I thought that because this person had stalked me and like even though he asked to take me out and I said no, he found Instagram, found my Facebook. He started messaging me, and then somebody gave him my number. He got one of my business cards off the table, and he started texting me. And I was no, you're not my type, no. But then I started bumping into him random places, and I'm like, maybe I should give him a chance. I really used to be impressed by people that stalk me, and that was unhealthy behavior. Start paying attention to even your own unhealthy behavior and desires. Like, if you want to have a healthy relationship with yourself, start holding yourself accountable and start paying attention to your own unhealthy habits. And one of my unhealthy habits was getting excited because somebody was stalking me. Like, what in the dumb shit? Seriously. So once I did that, it allowed me to really see, like, okay, I cannot be with people that have this, and not to discriminate, because you can't be mad at somebody for their makeup. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad, but what I can do is acknowledge that, okay, if I've been with the same people with the same, it's a Virgo thing. Dang, I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm glad it ain't just me. It's other people too that's out here that's really it's not just me. You making me feel good. Don't hype me up now. Don't hype me up. Because if it's a Virgo thing, I'm really going to contribute it to Virgo. And not just contribute it to me. Because I was thinking, like, once I wrote that down and once I acknowledged that about myself, I started, thank you for those stars. Thank you for the hearts. Once I acknowledged that and I saw that about myself, I was like, you know what? Something is really wrong with you. And maybe it's because that inner child inside of you is still longing to have somebody. And because you weren't noticed as a kid, this is me talking to me. Because you weren't noticed as a kid, because you were so badly in your middle age years, and not middle age, but like when I moved into the Muslim community, I was treated like complete trash. So because of that, and because you didn't never really have a friend except that one boy, and then you married that one boy, and he was supposed to be your friend and he treated you like shit too, like, because of all of that, like, after that, like, anybody that noticed me, I'm like, damn, somebody could just be like, oh, you're so good, and I'd be like, really? You know, I'm impressed immediately. Like, that was because I had unhealed wounds. I had trauma that had not been addressed. I had mentally and emotionally allowed myself to use that as my coping mechanism of being with, hold on, let me just get up over here. Okay. Of being with people wanted to be with me. Oh my gosh, so let me ask you, because whoever's engaged in conversation, have you ever been with somebody just because they wanted to be with you? Have you ever said, okay, I'm gonna just be with that person. I know this person ain't good for me. I know I probably shouldn't be with this person. I really don't even like this person. I'm really not even attracted to this person. But I'm gonna be with this person because this person wants to be with me. I just realized. Oh my, yo, that is craziness. Okay, that is craziness. Hold on, what is your name? Yes, the two. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone in that. I read that about myself, like, girl, how are you Allow yourself to be in relationships with people that you don't even want to be with, just because they pursued me, just because they had interest in me, just because they said they like me, just because they were like, oh, you're beautiful, just because they would not take no for an answer. I just was like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. Like, and you know, for, I don't know for you, but for me, being a single woman, a single mom, and having so many children, that was like something I wore like with a badge of honor, but at the same time, it was also something that was like, I was proud because I took care of my kids. I was proud because my children didn't want for anything. I was blessed to be able to provide for them, take care of them, make sure they went to good schools, make sure everything that they needed. I was grateful for that, but when it came to relationships, it was what made me vulnerable. What made me feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to accept this, because who else is gonna want me with all these kids? Like, even though it was happening time at the time, because every relationship I got into, so my first marriage was 5 years, second marriage was 7 years, then I was in a 2-year relationship, 5, 7, 2, 2, 2, and 1 year relationship. Was it 1 year relationship? And my 7th relationship, is y'all ready? This is another confession. Y'all ready for this confession? Y'all hear the puppies in the background? Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure I'm still live, because it's just showing me like I'm not. Hold on. Yes, I'm stalling the confession, if you're wondering. Yes, I am. I'm stalling the confession. Okay. But I'm about to tell you. Hold on. I'm about to tell you. I'm about to confess. I'm about to give you the confession. Okay? Okay, the confession is my 7th relationship. Oh, I'm so ashamed. I'm not ashamed, only because I've already had my conversation with God about it. So prayerfully he forgives me. But my 7th relationship was with a married man. So this married man pursued me too. This married man I did not know was married. But I blame myself. Well, I take accountability in seeing what I didn't, with allowing myself to have blinders on, and allowing myself to not see him for who he was, seeing him for who I wanted him to be. So that's another thing that we do vulnerably when we want to be with somebody, when we don't want to be alone, we don't want to be by ourselves. We allow ourselves to be with people and give ourselves excuses why it's okay to be with them, even when we know that it's not okay to be with them. And that's in whether they're married or just a bad fucking person or a toxic person or whatever. So in my moment of confession and accountability, this man, met him business wise, and I've always, y'all heard me talk about it earlier, with my second husband, I love business. So I always had this fantasy in my mind that I would be with somebody who loved business as much as I did, grinded and hustled as hard as I did, like was like, let's wake up, get this business on, like let's wake up and flip this. Like, I love a flip. I love it. Okay, so this person's in business, and then real estate, and you know, in real estate, the flip is a nice flip. Okay, it's a legal, legit, nice flip. Okay, so we bonded like that. I don't remember ever asking him, was he married? And let me just pause this for a second. That healing thing that I told you I did after this relationship. So the 7th relationship, after my 7th relationship, during my 7th relationship, it was a lot. I was really single because he was a married man. So that 7th relationship, for those 5 years that I was in that relationship, I was really single. But yeah, in my mind, something was going to happen. But anyway, so he was in a business, and we like developed a business relationship, and it turned into a relationship. I honestly never said like, are you married or are you in a relationship? But I also didn't expect him to be married or in a relationship, because why would he be married and in a relationship and pursuing me as hard as was? You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. I didn't, but still, as an adult, I should have said, like, are you married? And then he never wore a ring. So, never thought to say, like, are you married? I found out that he was married. Oh my God, so crazy. I swear to God, y'all. That's crazy. I found out he was married in this dress that I'm wearing tonight. Yo, that is nuts! OM to the freaking G! It's about to pop off again. Hold on. Mind your business. I'm leaving it on because I think it's cute. But anyway, that's crazy. That just blew my mind. Anyway, I got dressed. His birthday came up, and I got dressed, y'all. I was smaller back then, so the waist was snatched. I was okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a picture on my page tonight. TikTok just gonna let this video go, but Facebook and YouTube, I'm gonna put a picture in the comment section so y'all can see me in this dress all them years ago. It was his birthday. I got dressed, and I was like, you know, waiting for him to come pick me up. Like, oh, you know, we going out his birthday. He ain't show up. Okay, he ain't show up. Here go my little smalls. Here go my little story time, y'all. Okay, so he didn't show up, but he wasn't texting. But because I was so in love with business, when he told me, like, he had a real big sale and on a property down at the harbor, he was very proud of this accomplishment. It was like a very, very big sale on a harbor. And so he texted me and was like, I'm still in here working, trying to get them to send these numbers. But he sent me screenshots of the conversation. So I see he really is working. Like, even though, don't get me wrong, he work home, he could have still came pick me up. I see he working, so I just kind of like, okay, took my heels off, laid in the bed. But it did not sit right with me. Now, by this time, him have been talking for 7 months. It didn't sit right with me that he just did not come at all. Like, and that he chose to work on his birthday. I was like, as slow as I'm trying to be, as much as I'm trying not to see, nah, baby, you gotta wake up, Beyonka. 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2. You're going to have to be a big girl, put your big girl panties on, and you're going to have to ask him, is he married? Or is he in a relationship? I had even, like, he would wake up in the morning at 6 in the morning. I'm up at 6 in the morning. He'd be taking his kids to school. I thought it was dope. Like, I'm taking care of my kids. He's taking care of his kids. Like, I thought, like, this man's, like, a single dad. But I never asked him about children's mom. I never asked him, and he would talk about her sometimes, but he would talk to her in the past tense. And I was so happy to finally be in a relationship with somebody who had a business career, who had a car, who did not need me to pay the bill when we went out to eat, who did not need me to bring them lunch, who did not need me to send them money. Like, I was so happy to be in this secure relationship with someone, and not in a secure relationship. That's in my mind. I was so happy to be in this relationship where I was free from being the nurturer, being the one taking care of the other person, that I really just ignored a lot of things. And so this particular day, I mean, the night go through or whatever, he comes, I sleep in this dress, depressed, because I'm like, the first gut punch. But it's a gut punch that hurts so bad that I gotta face the truth. I gotta know the truth. Even though I know that math ain't adding up right, I still needed to hear it from him. So next morning, just like clockwork, like every other day, never forget, it was a Thursday. I wake up, him calling me. He's calling me, good morning. I'm like, hey, good morning. I'm like, you know, trying to shake it off. I'm like, hey, so how did your birthday end? And he was like, man, let me tell you, he gets excited when he's talking about business. He started telling me about the deal. He sends me a screenshot on my phone of the check that they sent. You know, it's a lot of zeros. You feel me? And this is a big thing for him. So he's sending me that, and I'm letting him get that all out. But at the end of him saying that, I said, are you married? Like, I didn't even say the deal. I didn't say congratulations. I didn't say none of that. Straight to it. You married? Y'all ready for the response? Throw some hearts up. Let me see some hearts. Are y'all ready for the response? Throw me some hearts up. Throw some hearts up. Let me know. Y'all ready for this response before I say this? I don't see no hearts. I don't see no hearts. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Facebook, whoever is watching, you shady. Because you could have thrown some up. Okay, and I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I asked for is a little hearts. I just need to know that you're there. Okay. So I say, you know, are you? And he say, yeah. I swear, y'all, just like that. He was like, yeah. So I'm like, thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank you for the stars. So I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah. Why? What's, yeah. Immediately, I just hang up. Y'all, I had a lot of heartbreak in my life, okay? A lot of heartbreak. Mess that big bitch. Listen, I had a lot of heartbreak in my life. And you know, because I never had a man that took care of me, I never had a man that had, the only bag niggas had with me was the bags that they was carrying out of my house when I put them out. Like, that's the only bags. And those bags I paid for. So, I never had a bag. I never had a man that had a career. I never had that. So, this was 1,000,000,000% devastating. Like, I have been heartbroken. I've been in marriages. I've been in 5 other relationships. This is my 7th relationship. This was golden. Golden. It was like, I can't even explain to y'all how it felt. Getting up in the morning and knowing I'm like with somebody that's doing business, that's ready to do business, with somebody that's ready to work, with somebody that's having the same exact, you know, mindset as me, and drive is like, and I know that that's one of the reasons why he was so obsessed with me, because it was the same for him. You feel me? It was the same for him, like, honestly. But I was so devastated because I hung up, and he let me tell y'all how this man's was programmed. I hung up, and I didn't call him back. He didn't call me back. I ain't text him or nothing. Me and him had been inseparable for 7 months. Every single day, I was with him. I had transitional houses for homeless women at the time. And he even started teaching some of the classes at the transitional house for women and children. Like, that's how together we were. I was at the office with his office. We did meetings together. We did everything together. But this day, after he said, yeah. Like, this nigga said, yeah. Like, yeah, like, what's up? After that day, it was just, I was heartbroken. Like, I felt like I never knew what another woman, the other woman was, because I've always been the wife. I've always been the one cheated on. I've always been the girlfriend that got cheated on. So I never knew, like, that somebody that's the other woman could feel fucking bad too. Like, I didn't know she could be depressed. I didn't know it could hit her hard. I didn't know that she could have feelings like that. Like, I always looked at, because I was always cheating, always looked at the other woman like, this stank ass bitch. Like, she can't get a man, da 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 da. You know, I was that woman like, oh, she trifling, she a hoe, she this, she that. Whole time, I am the other woman. I just found out that I'm a woman. And I'm mad. One, because, damn, everything that I thought wasn't, okay? Everything, I feel the sadness even now. Just, like, I was devastated. So, not a week. This happened Thursday. Monday morning, he calls me. Y'all, we really, didn't I tell y'all tonight we're going to have an authentic conversation? I'm going to be genuine with y'all. I'm going to be 100 with y'all. Didn't I tell y'all this is going to be intimate? Listen, this is a real live confession. And I'm not ashamed, but I'm sad for that girl. I'm sad for the old version of me. I'm sad for that version of me that endured this and that allowed this. He calls me Monday morning. I'm getting the kids ready for school. And he was like, hey, I got a post that I gotta go and look at that they just gave me a contract for out in somewhere far out Maryland. I can't think of where now. Somewhere far, but he was like, And we always took rides, and it was like the best rides because we got to talk about business, all that kind of stuff, talk about our futures, all kind of stuff. So he called me like, I got a house out such and such, like I'm on my way to pick you up. He came, pick me up. We went out to the house. We never spoke about it again. Never spoke about it again. I had accepted it. And I honestly can say that I accepted it because I thought to myself, he can't possibly love his wife. He can't possibly, he don't have a ring on. I gave myself 1,000 excuses as to why it was okay. Now, I was devastated the whole weekend. One of my homegirls, if she ever watched this, she had to pick me up off the floor. My daughter, one of my oldest daughter, if she's still watching this, or if she ever watched this, she could chime in and tell you, she picked me up off the floor. I was devastated. That weekend, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was devastated. I went through depression, crying. It was horrible. That Monday when he called me, I was in the bed crying. Okay, I had shit to do. When he called me, I got up, a shower, got dressed, and went on. Like, that's some crazy shit. Okay, because I'm not even that kind of woman. Like, well, clearly I am because I did it. But I would have never thought that I would be that woman. I never thought that that would be me. I've always been the one to be cheated on. I never in a years thought that I'd be the other woman. And now I'm the other woman, but I gave myself so many excuses to a false narrative to allow myself to be okay with being the other woman. And even though we never talked about it, towards the end, he would say things like, I wanted to get married. So towards the end, that's when I started saying things like, well, my retarded and my crazy ass, like, how you gonna marry a married man? Like, I'll get it together. But he was with me every single day, all day, sun up to sundown. We were together. We did everything together. I wasn't in the closet nowhere. I was out in the open. Like, I was at his office every day. I did business with him all the time. His friends knew me. Like, so I'm like, I don't know about her, but they clearly cannot be together right now, no more, period, babe. But it can't be. I fed myself this false ass narrative. Okay, another thing to take notes on: do not feed yourself a false narrative. See things for what they are, accept them for what they are, because all of us want happiness and peace and joy in our lives. And because I have such an amazing relationship with God, I started praying. God, please take this man away from me. Please take my love for him away from me. I started having direct conversations with God. God, please forgive me for being with this married man. God, please forgive me for my sins. God, please take this away from me, because I want to be pleasing to you. I don't want to live like this. I want happiness. I want peace. And I know I can't have happiness or peace or have a healthy relationship ever in life as long as I am her, the woman, or the other woman, or even like, God, just please fix it for me. Let me tell y'all, when I met my wife, him and I hadn't spoken. We would go through spurts where like we wouldn't talk for like, and then we wouldn't talk for like a month, 2 months or something, and then he called me and I'm right back chilling with him, right back working with him. But towards the end, the last year we were together, things just started changing. I personally felt like maybe he working things out with his wife because things were changing. And I was okay with that because I'm already praying, asking God to remove him. So every time we wouldn't talk for like a month, I'd be like, okay, God, this must be it. But every time he picked up the phone and called me, I'm answering, I'm going, I'm jumping, I'm moving. Like, okay. So the last time he called me, we hadn't talked in like 2 months. We hadn't talked in a couple months. And he calls me out of the blue. As a matter of fact, we hadn't talked since like October. And the last time we talked, he had a house that he just renovated and redid. And so I was a part of that. Like, I saw him gut the house, remodel the house from the ground up. It was mind blowing to me because I never seen that before. And see him, of course he had workers in there working on it too, but to see him doing this type of work, I'm like, wow, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also like, dang, this is a nice house. Like, you should let me have this house. I used to say that all the time, like, you should let me have this house. This house is nice. And be like, what? You know, I'm not giving you no house in the hood. It was in the hood. I'm not giving you no house in the hood. You don't want this house. Like, no, like this is beneath. Like, you don't want this. And I'm like, no, yeah, I do. Actually, I do. Cause I'm in right now, like, with the house I was in. Like, no, that's not my. I don't own it. I'm renting. So actually, I would like this house, but he would always like say things like, no, you don't want this. You don't want this house. So I used to like, just like we get married. I'd be like, I want to get married. You don't get married. He was a master manipulator, okay? But, so anyway, so that's the last time I had saw him. I had went to the house and was sitting with him while he was working on the house or whatever. And we had that conversation. He was like, you don't want this house, blah, 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 blah. So, fast forward, that was in October. Fast forward to December. To January. I am now in a relationship with this woman. And it's new. It's fresh. You feel me? You know, just started dating. But it was only 7 days after we started dating. I told her, well, she told me first, actually. She loved me. And it allowed me to open myself up to allow myself to be loved and to love her back. Because I was like, how the fuck are you going to love somebody in 7 days? But the feelings that I had, I knew I had never felt this way before. I had never felt these feelings before. I've never been so vulnerable with somebody before. I've never been with somebody and been unafraid of completely being myself. Like, with everybody I ever been in a relationship with, I have covered up, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. I covered up. I never allowed them to truly see me because I was always afraid from my skin. Like, you see all these tats on me? I'm not tatted up like this because I love tats. Now, don't get me wrong, I love tats. But I don't know if y'all can see my thighs. But yeah, I got tats everywhere. I'm tatted up because I've always been self-conscious about my skin. I've always been self-conscious about how I look. I've always thought that I look not nice. Okay? So, with my wife, when I met her, the first time, no, not the first time. Was it the first time? Yeah, I think the first time she came over, no. The second time she came over to actually chill. The first time she came over to be on my show. I'll stop y'all. But the second time she came over to chill with me, and immediately I was going to get in the shower. I was going to get in the tub. I had already run myself a bath. I had the bubbles, the candles, and all that stuff. And she called me and was like, can I stop by? Oh, thank you! Oh my goodness, thank you! Who gave me that? Thank you. That was so cute. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sniper, was that you? Sniper. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. But so my wife come in. Well, she wasn't my wife then. My girlfriend come in, whatever, and she just came into my life, and she just told me to really be myself unapologetically. And it really wasn't even not something that she was doing. It was just a vibe. Like, it was really, it was the time. And 5 years that I was with married guy, that's when I did the soul searching. That's when I got my relationship with God. That's when I like really had to lay it all down and like start doing some soul searching where I'm writing things down, start doing therapy for myself, like start really getting to the bottom of like, why am I here? Why have I gone through all that I've gone through? So when my wife came along and she began to get the healing version of me, because I wasn't healed, but I was in the process of healing. So January, so back to the, oh my, who? Sniper. I love, thank you so much. Y'all see on TikTok, you know, we can get gifts. You from Facebook and YouTube, y'all just looking at me like I'm crazy. But TikTok is doing a big one. And I got assist Sniper. Look at that. Sniper. She's showing so much love. Thank you so much. Sniper. I love and appreciate you. Thank you. But so back to it. So we saw her and she's allowing me to be myself, and I'm like, in the beginning, we started dating December the 23rd. We're about to have an anniversary. 6 years. So we get together, whatever, in December 23rd. Like the second week of January, he calls me. Murray guy calls me. He calls me, and when he calls me, immediately I tell her, because I'm like, y'all know, every time he called before, something mentally wasn't clicking right, because I was just jumping right back into it like nothing had, like, so, you know, the nice topic is, how bad do you want it? I had to ask myself, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want happiness? How bad do I want a healthy relationship? How bad do I want peace? How bad do I really, really want it? Like, how bad do I want everything I ask God for? I asked God to bless me with a that would love me, that would see me, that would accept me, that would be true to me, that would be loyal to me, that would be faithful to me. I asked God for someone who would acknowledge me publicly, who would acknowledge me and receive me. Like, I asked God for so much. Am I ready for it? And I felt like when he called me, this was God saying, are you ready for it? Do you really want it? How bad do you want it? So, y'all ready? Let's go. We went. I told her he want him to the house. He want me to come to the house. Thank you. Thank you for those stars. So I tell her, like, listen, he want me to come to the house, and he want me to come see him. So we already got each other location on. We had each other location since day one, since we first started talking. So I'm telling her, like, listen, I'm about to go to the house. I just want you to know there's somebody I was talking to. So she's like, okay. She really couldn't say too much. I ain't gonna put her business out there, but she couldn't say too much. Okay, she couldn't say too much. That's another day, another story. Okay, but she was like, okay. So I go ahead and go to the house. As soon as I go into the house, y'all, I walk in the door, and I promise y'all. Okay, so I don't want to mess that up, but I have a studio right now. At the time, I had Beyonka's Playhouse Talk Show, but I was literally doing Beyonka's Playhouse Talk Show in my living room of my actual home. And it was just, okay. But I had dreams and aspirations of having my own studio. And so I walk into this house. As soon as I walk in, it blows my mind. It's a studio. He has it set up like a studio. Like, he has the kitchen. It's an open floor plan. So the kitchen has he got the real cameras. Y'all, you see I'm still using my phones. Okay, but prayerfully not for long. So he got the real cameras set up. Sorry for that big smack, but that was a little stronger than I thought. He got the cameras and the ceiling set up. It's just blowing my mind. Like, this man has turned his house and got the studio. This is completely finished. He got a built-in fireplace on the wall. It's absolutely beautiful. So he was like, let me show you. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. So he's like, let me show you this. Let me show you how everything works. He got all of the equipment so when I started on my show, he took me to a sound store, and we had somebody like show us everything that you need for a podcast. And everything that this man said we needed, it was high as shit. And he was like, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna make sure you get it, blah, blah, blah. I go into the house on this particular night, he got everything. He got the camera set up, like, even right now, you see I'm at boom, phone number 1, phone number 2, phone number 3, okay? But I go into the house this night, and he got the cameras, and he got it set up to where, you know, hit the button, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, zoom in. Like, I'm just in this motherfucker just standing there like, wow, like, okay, this is everything that I've been asking him for and more. And then he's like, wait, that's not it. So I have a clothing line that I really want to put out, that I'm going to put out, but I haven't yet. And so he's like, look at this. He has all these boxes, brand new boxes. He's like, this is t-shirts, clothes, this is pants, this is shoes, this is this is that. This is the heat press machine. I'm gonna make shirts. And, you know, and this and the third. I'm like, what? Like, this is crazy. So God was talking to me. You know what? I always think about this moment because this really was a defining moment in my life, and I would have failed the mission. Ah! He said I would have failed the mission. Yes, that's true. You probably would have. Because listen, okay, pop off again. Cut it out, Belle. I really like it. It's cute. So I'm like standing there, like I was standing there with my hands just like this, like just. And then he's all excited. So he goes back to the table and he was like, I really been thinking, babe, I got the best idea. This is words, y'all. Y'all remember earlier, I was like, y'all want to know? Throw them hearts up. Listen. Boy, y'all really, y'all want to know what this nigga said? Y'all want to know what this man said? Yeah, throw them hearts up. This man, thank you. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you. This man says, babe, I got the best idea. I'm going to get you to produce my show. Huh? Wait, what? Let you up real quick. How I'm going to let you up? How I do that? Sniper? Hey, Sniper. Tell me how to let you up. I don't know. Oh, you up? Hi! Wait, are you on there? I love you right back. Oh my goodness, what is it? Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. I see the this belt making me mad. Y'all, this is Sniper. This is my boo down here, y'all. We had to stop the story for a minute just to give Sniper a moment because I love her. She is so sweet. Yes, like I feel like am I in the galaxy? Oh my God, thank you, Sniper. You've been doing your big one on this live. I'm not gonna lie, like I couldn't see everybody's name, but I was saying Snipe, okay? And I appreciate you so much. And babe, you know I love and appreciate you. Y'all gotta show me how to bring people on live. Oh, wait, did you me one earlier? Oh, that was so cute. What is that? I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you. I love her. I love her. Y'all see that, Sniper? Y'all go follow her. Sniper is that. Okay, she is that. Sorry, Facebook, you. This was a TikTok moment. Like, I really appreciate you, Sniper. You really, I love her. Y'all, go love on her. Go love on her. The way she love on me. Go love on her. She deserves all of that. She's such a sweetheart. I love her. I'm trying to get her Playhouse, y'all. So love on her and tell her, come on over here to Beyonka's Playhouse. Come on over here. I'm trying to get her in here. But, okay, let me finish this story. Let me let y'all go. Tell y'all this end of the story. So, I'm in the house. He's showing me all the stuff. So, he says, like, I want you to produce this show. I want you to produce my show. And I'm like, wait, what? How you want me to produce what show? You don't do shows. You do real estate. He was like, I know. I'm going to do a real estate show. I'm like, oh my goodness, Jamira. I never knew that was you. Never. Never knew that was you. You learned a lot about your mama tonight, ain't you, girl? You learning a lot about your mama tonight. This is one of my bees. That's my baby right there. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So listen, okay, let me just he wanted me to produce his show, and he was telling me how he had this idea for a real estate show. And so he was like, yeah, like you could do your show here, you could set it up however you want, we could go buy you whatever chairs you want, we could do whatever you want, like however you want to have it. We're gonna produce, like, you produce my show. And like then I was thinking I could do a clothing line too. So as I'm standing there, y'all, listening to this, my girlfriend at the time, who's my wife now, Shay, texts me. She sends me a text message like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I swear it was like, this is your moment that you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. You ask God to send you somebody that's going to love you, send you somebody. You ask God to get him out of your life, and you ask God for a person. So this is your moment. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want what it is that you ask God for? Because you know that this man be what you ask God for. This is what you ask God to get you away from. And he's showing you who he is right now, because you was all in here blown away. You was all in here thinking everything was sweet, thinking that he got all this stuff for you. Well, whole time, he did get it to impress you and to keep you and hold you, but he didn't get it for you. And he made sure that he invested it in himself as well, because now he not only is telling you that this is going to be for you, but it's also for him. So really, it ain't even for you. I was like, you know what? I gotta go. I got somewhere to be. I gotta go. He was like, what? Real shit, y'all. Real spill, holy spill. Exactly what happened. Like, what? He backed up. You gotta go? I was like, yeah, I gotta go, but you know, I'm gonna hit you later. I gotta go. He was like, he looked, tilted his head. He's like, okay. We have never spoken again. No, I'm lying. I'm about to lie and say he never called me. He did call me. I never answered again. And then eventually I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to block. Like, because, yeah. I have now this is something else that I had to work on. Well, actually, I don't even think I need to work on it. Maybe I do, because I still need to work on it for regular relationships, friendships, business relationships. There's a whole lot of different type of relationships that you can have. You know what I'm saying? Not just a romantic relationship, but I have a problem with ending relationships. I have a problem with the goodbye part. I have a problem with the you know how they be like, I needed to get closure. I have a problem with that part. I don't know why, but I got a problem with the closure part. And that's something I need to work on, because a lot of relationships, every relationship that I've ever ended or that has ever ended in my life, ended horribly because of that problem. With him, honestly, it didn't end horribly, even though he called me, you know what I'm saying, messaged me, sent messages through people to me. He never showed up in my house. He never showed up, you know, like pulled up, nothing like that. He just let it be. You know what I'm saying? You going through that right now. Oh no, we need to talk about that, because we need to fix that, because you need to let that go. Baby, I got you. We're gonna talk. But let it go. And so after that, you know, I left, I got in the car, I called Shay, and I was like, babe, I'm on my way home. And she was like, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. You know, that was it. Like, I made my decision in that moment that Shay was who I wanted. Like, this was who even if it didn't work out, what I did want was to be the other woman. What I did not want was to be with somebody who was with somebody else. What I did not want was to be a second option. What I did not want was to be going to bed at night by myself. And what I did not want was to be in sin in that way. Like, absolutely not. Like, no. So I had a conversation with God. I had a conversation with myself, and I chose my wife. And when people look at me and my wife in our relationship, when people look at my wife and our relationship, and they talk about how, like, oh, it's so sweet, or oh, it's such a good relationship, or oh, I love y'all relationship, I love y'all marriage. Like, when people see me posting and see her posting each other all the time, you know, because she got her stories too about her, like her trials and tribulations and what she went through to get to where she is today. When people see that, we went through a lot. I went through a lot to get to a space where I could allow to truly be loved properly and to not accept anything other than that. Like, you know, I hate that saying, I know my worth, because it irritates me, and some of the people that say it shouldn't say it because they don't, and it's just a saying to them. That saying is true. People who truly do know that they are worth more, and not just know it, but implement it by their actions, how they move, how they allow people to treat them, you know, how they treat other people and how they treat themselves. That's knowing your worth. That's knowing that, okay, I'm a get better because I'm doing better. I'm being better. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want better? How bad do you want happiness? You have to be able to heal. You have to be able to go. Letting go is a huge part of what helps you to have a healthy relationship. A lot of people do not let go of the pain from the past and do not let go of the people from their past. They're so busy holding on that they aren't able to truly grasp what's in front of them, what's beside them. They aren't able to grasp it because they're holding on. So in order for you to have what you want, if you want it bad enough, you have to do the work. You have to allow yourself to heal. You have to allow yourself to grow. You have to let go. And you have to move forward. If you know your worth, know that you are worth more, but also implement that in your life. Prove that to yourself, not to somebody else. I don't like the saying, because I hate when people are like, oh, I know my worth. Oh, I'm a good woman. Oh, I'm a good man. Oh, I'm a good this. Oh, I deserve better. No, don't tell me about it. Stop telling her about it. Stop telling him about it. Stop posting it on social media. Stop telling people, oh yeah, because I deserve better. You show you that you deserve better. You got to make sure that you know your worth. You got to make sure that you live up to those means. Nobody else. Because we all just hear it. We're like, okay, you saying it, but I don't believe it because you don't believe it. Because if you believed it, then you wouldn't be saying it. You feel me? You over here. Oh, thank you, Jalisa. You are the girl that I... That's my boo, Jalisa, down there, y'all. Say hi to Jalisa. Thank you. Thank you for all of that, Jalisa. I love you and I appreciate you. But yes, Jalisa, you coming in the end, but you somebody that know. Tonight's show was about how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Oh my God, what was that? That was amazing. What was that? It was beautiful. It just went so fast. I shouldn't have closed my eyes. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you for that. I love it. I loved it. It was so, thank you. Thank you for those hearts. There go my daughter. There go Muda. Oh, that is so cute. Thank you. Thank you, Jalisa. Thank you, daughter. Thank you for those hearts. Oh, it's a bear, a rose bear. Oh my God. This TikTok will have you feeling good. If you're feeling bad about yourself, Facebook and YouTube, I love y'all. But TikTok will have you really, y'all need to, listen. Follow me on TikTok, okay? Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. YouTube, follow me on TikTok. Everything is Beyonka Studios. I'm Beyonka Studios on Facebook. I'm Beyonka Studios on TikTok. I'm Studios on YouTube. I'm Beyonka Studios everywhere. Oh my God, my boo Jalisa came through at the and she just, listen, Jalisa, we were talking tonight about how bad do you want it. Jalisa is one of my good friends who went through a lot, and she has an amazing marriage right now too. But she don't have an amazing marriage just because it's just like some fairy tale. She don't got no amazing marriage because it's just poof be gone. A magic wand just got, and then she had no, she has an amazing marriage because she's doing the work to make it amazing. She's doing the work on herself. She's done the work on, he's done the work on him, and they're working together. That's another thing that everybody got to understand also when it comes to relationships. If you are in a relationship and you get into a relationship, that how bad do you want it? Keep it in your ear, because how bad do you want it? Are you willing to work for it? Are you willing to sacrifice for it? How bad do you want it to work? How bad do you want it? Oh my God, Jalisa, thank you. Thank you, Jalisa. Thank you. I love that. Okay, I just got all kinds. I can't wait to get over here and my wife tell me everything that I got because, yeah, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful right now for all of these gifts. I wish I had music to I love you to play in the background, but Facebook, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chilling with me, Facebook. I will see y'all on Thursday at the Recipe Podcast. Mwah. Oh wait, who is it at? See, all right. Good night, Facebook. Wait a minute. YouTube. Thank y'all in YouTube. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all Thursday night. The Recipe Podcast. Also, sign up for Blind Dating with Beyonka. Bianca's Balloon Pop. Love for Couples. Black Love Baltimore. All that's going on. I have Surviving Her Talk Show. I also have the Voice of Children Suffering in Silence, Breaking the Silence talk show. All of those belong to me, and I'm sharing them with you. So make sure you tune in. See y'all later. Let me just pop you off here. Give you an up close.